show you how to do this really beautiful flower granny square. I actually learned this one from a girl I follow on YouTube. Her channel is called Allover Yarn, and I'm going to go ahead and leave a link in the description so you can check out her page as well. She has some really beautiful work that she makes. So yeah, that's what we're going to do today. This one is made out of acrylic yarn, and you can choose any color, so you are going to need a couple different colors of yarn as we go along here, so you can choose any colors you like. And that one's from acrylic. This one I made out of 100% cotton yarn, and I just really liked how this one laid. You can see the difference that it makes just choosing a different type of yarn. You can see that you can get some different looks for your projects here, so just did that one as an example. So we're going to start with the center of your flower here. That's where we're going to start. So find the color that you want to use for that one. And we're actually going to start with something called a magic circle, and I'll show you how to do that. If you need to pause it and rewind the video a little bit and try it again. It took me a couple tries to get this magic circle down. Everyone does it differently, but this is the way that I learned how to do it. So it's almost like I'm making a knot here. Okay, now bring that through. So it's like that. It's almost like I'm making a knot. Okay, and that's, let me focus my camera a little better here. There we go. Okay, so it's almost like I'm making that knot, just like that. I'm going to hold it on my fingers, and this part that's attached to my yarn ball, I'm going to hang it back there behind the other piece of yarn. So then I'm going to take my hook, and I'm going to go ahead and pull that back yarn through that front yarn there. Okay, and then all I'm going to do is just tug on that yarn that's attached to the yarn ball. Just tug on it to make it a little tight loop like that. Okay? And now go ahead and you're going to chain 3. Okay? And this one is going to act as our first double crochet. And we are going to need a total of 8 double crochets within this magic ring here. We're going to need 8. So that counts as 1, so we need to do 7 more. So we'll go in, pull through 2. And again, if you forget how to do the stitches, you can refer to my previous video on how to get these stitches done. And then after you do that one, then you're going to chain 1. So yarn over, go in your circle here, bring it out, yarn over, pull through 2, yarn over, pull through 2, and then chain 1. So yarn over, go in your magic circle, pull the yarn out, yarn over, pull through 2, yarn over, pull through 2, and then chain 1, and then yarn over, and 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. We have 8 double crochets in our magic ring here. So now what we're going to do is we're going to close up this ring to make our center circle. So I just kind of bring that little strand out. I take this out for a second. And then you're holding onto your work right here, and then you're just going to pull this. And then you can see that your ring starts to come together, and that is going to be the center of your flower. Okay? So make sure I tighten that a little more. Okay, then I'm going to put my hook back in. Okay, and now we are going to slip stitch it. Remember that chain 3 that we did, we're going to slip stitch it into the third chain. So it's 1, 2, 3. We're going to slip stitch it into right there. So you're just going to go in and grab your yarn and pull it through both loops. Okay? And then go ahead and chain one more. And we're going to cut this now because we are done with this color. So I like to leave them, just as a little tip, I do like to try to leave the tails a tiny bit longer, just so you can get your yarn needle and you can weave them through at the end. Otherwise it's a little bit harder to weave them through if the tail's like really short. So, and then I just pull that through the loop to make a tiny knot to secure it. Okay, and that is the center that we're going to do for our flower. So now we're going to get your second color. I think I'll go ahead and use my cream color. So there's our circle, and so we're going to work into the spaces here in our center circle. That's where we're going to work. Okay? So go ahead and start with a slip knot, just like that. And then you're going to need to start in one of those spaces. Right now it doesn't matter which space you start in, so go ahead and pick a space you'd like to start in. And you're going to bring your slip knot through there. Just like that. And then go ahead and chain 3. And that's going to be 1 double crochet. Now, to do this next stitch, we're going to be doing the petals next, and this is actually called a popcorn stitch. So you know how they look a little poofy like that, so that's going to be our next stitch. So that acts as 1 double crochet, and we're going to need to make 4 double crochets in one space. So go ahead and make 3 more. 2. And here it's 4. There we go. And on this last one, pull up your loop just a little bit like that. And in order to make the popcorn stitch, you're going to go into this top chain right here on the corner. And then go through your loop as well. And then you're going to make a slip stitch and pull it through both of those loops right there. Okay? And chain 3. Okay, and that is your first petal. So let's go ahead and do one more together. So I'm going to need 4 double crochets in the next space. So yarn over, go in, pull out your yarn, go through 2, go through 2. One more. Okay, then leave a little bit of a bigger loop right there. And then go into the top stitch on your first double crochet. So going right there, and then going through your loop, and then you're going to slip stitch it together. Just like that. Okay, and then chain 3. And you're going to go ahead and do this until you finish the round. Okay, you should have a total of 8 petals. Now remember, you did have your first double crochet was that chain of 3. So make sure you do go into the space there, because this was the chain of 3. So make sure you go into that space there in order to get your total of 8. Okay? Okay, just finished our last petal. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Yes, we have 8 petals. So now we need to slip stitch this together in order to finish this part. And we're at the part where you first had your chain of 3 in order to make that 1 double crochet. So we're actually just going to slip stitch it right into there. Okay, so put your hook in and grab your yarn, pull through there and pull through your loop, and then chain 1 in order to secure it. And we can go ahead and cut this off now and switch colors. And I just pull that through the loop in order to make our knot. And there you go. You have your popcorn stitches for your petals there. Now we need to pick a different color for our, these are like the leaves that are coming off the petals, and these are cluster stitches that we're going to make. So choose your next color that you're going to use for the next part. Okay, so we're going to go ahead and get our next color that we're going to use. Make your slip knot like that. And we're going to work into the spaces in between the petals, and that's where we're going to make our cluster stitches. So go ahead and choose a space. It doesn't matter what space right now, where we choose. So get your new color, and we're going to pull it through and pull the knot through just like that. And tighten it. And go ahead and chain 3. Okay. And this one, it does act as a double crochet. So this first cluster stitch that we're going to do, it's going to be slightly different from the rest, but it's just this first one that's slightly different. So in order to make the cluster stitch, you're going to yarn over, go into your space, pull your yarn through, yarn over, pull through 2 loops. You have 2 loops on your hook. Yarn over, go in your space again, pull your yarn through, yarn over, pull through the first 2. You have 3 loops on your hook. Now, right now for this first stitch, this is the point where we need to stop. So yarn over, pull through all 3, and then chain 2. Okay, now we're going to do a second cluster stitch into the same space. And remember, that first one was different, so the rest of them will all be like this one. So yarn over, go into your space, pull your yarn through, yarn over, pull through the first 2. Now you have 2 loops on your hook. Yarn over, go in your space, pull the yarn through, yarn over, pull through the first 2 loops. We have 3 loops on our hook. Yarn over, go into your space, pull your yarn through, yarn over, pull through the first 2 loops. You have 4 loops on your hook, and that's the point where you want to stop. So yarn over and pull through all 4 loops, like that. And now we are going to chain 2. So how I remember how to do the cluster stitches all around is I always want to get to the point where I have 4 loops on my hook, and that's the point where I stop and I pull through all 4. So let's try that again. We chained 2, so now we're going to go into the next space here. We're always doing 2 cluster stitches per space. So yarn over, go in, pull your yarn through, yarn over, pull through first 2. Okay, yarn over, go in, pull your yarn through, yarn over, pull through first 2. Yarn over, go in, pull your yarn through, yarn over, pull through first 2. Okay, so you're always just pulling through the first 2 until you eventually get 4 loops on your hook. You want to stop there, so yarn over, pull through all 4, and chain 2. Okay, let's do another one together. Yarn over, go in the same space, pull your yarn through, yarn over, pull through first 2, yarn over, go in, pull your yarn through, yarn over, pull through first 2, yarn over, go in your space, pull the yarn through, yarn over, pull through first 2. We have 4 loops on our hook, so we stop there, pull through all 4, and chain 2. Okay, always chain 2 afterwards. And we're just going to continue this pattern in between each petal. And so you should have 2 cluster stitches in each space, okay, between the petals. Now we finished all of our cluster stitches, so now we want to join this part together now, and we're going to slip stitch right into this third chain here. So let's see. There's 1, 2, 3. We're going to slip stitch it right into here. So go ahead and go in, and yarn over, pull through those 2 loops. Okay, and chain 1 more to secure it. And we are done with this color. So we go ahead and cut it. And I bring this part through. Oh, make it not like that. And that's what we have so far. You have all your pretty cluster stitches. Okay, so now you can choose your last color, and this is where we're going to make our border. I'm going to go ahead and use the purple for this last one. Okay. So let's start off with the slip knot. Okay. And we are actually going to start in this part. It is important where you start on this part. You want to start between 2 cluster stitches. So not in this space where the petal is, but in between it, in between 2 cluster stitches. Okay? So just make sure it's in between 2 cluster stitches. That's where we're going to start. So get your hook, put it through, and get your new color. And let's just bring that new color through there like that. And go ahead and chain 3. Okay, now in this space right here, we're going to need 3 double crochets. So since this does act as a double crochet, let's go ahead and add 2 more. Oh. You know what, this is not the first time that I've done that, where you try to use your tail and instead of the one connected to the yarn. Okay, so chain 3. Okay, and 2 more double crochets in that space. Just like that. Okay. Now in the next space over here, we're going to do 3 half double crochets. And if you need a reminder on how to do the half double crochets, you can also refer to the previous video I did. So yarn over, go in, pull the yarn through, yarn over, pull through all 3. Okay, we need 2 more of those. Pull through all 3, yarn over, go in, grab your yarn and pull through all 3. So we have 3 half double crochets. Now, in the next space, we're going to need 3 more double crochets. So yarn over, go in, pull your yarn through, pull through 2, yarn over, pull through 2. Yarn over, go in your space, bring your yarn through, pull through 2, and pull through 2. Okay, let's do 1 more double crochet in that space. There we go. And now we're going to reach a corner here. And in order to do this corner, we're going to use treble crochets. So let's yarn over twice and do 3 treble crochets in that space. So yarn over, pull through 2, yarn over, pull through 2, yarn over, pull through 2. Yarn over twice, go in, grab your yarn, bring it through, yarn over, pull through 2, yarn over, pull through 2, yarn over, pull through 2. One more treble crochet. Okay, like that. And in order to start turning on this corner, we're going to chain 2, and we're going to do 3 more treble crochets into that same space. Okay, you can see that we just made our corner. So now in this next space, we're going to do our double crochets. Do 3 double crochets. So don't chain anything, just 3 double crochets into this next space. Yarn over. Okay, and then in the next space, it's 3 half double crochets. So yarn over, pull through all 3, pull through all 3, and pull through all 3. Okay, and then 3 more double crochets. Okay, and then we're at our corner again. So that's how it goes. You're going to do the double crochets, half double crochets, double crochets, and then at your corner is where you do your trebles. We'll do the corner again together. So yarn over twice and do 3 treble crochets. Okay, to turn your corner, chain 2, 3 more treble crochets into the same space. Okay, and now we're ready to repeat our work. So double crochets, half double crochets, double crochets, and then your corner. And you just do this until you finish your round here. So we're finished with our border there. Now in order to connect this and finish it off, we're going to go ahead and slip stitch it into this third chain right here. 1, 2, 3. So go in there and pull your yarn through both loops and chain 1 to secure it. And then we can go ahead and cut our yarn now. And I always grab it and pull it through, make a little knot. Okay, like that. And there is your flower granny square. I think that came out really pretty. The popcorn stitch and the little petals. You can choose any colors you want, and you can join them and make a pretty flower blanket out of your granny squares there. So not too bad. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Thank you for watching. Please go ahead and like and subscribe to my video and check out the link that I put in the description below. And thank you again, and you guys have a good day. Bye.